Am I actually? Am I live? Is it true? Jerry, check. Is it true that I'm live? Is it true? My mic might sound like a potato, but I think I am live on YouTube. I am live on YouTube. I have a viewer? Guys, you have no idea how much I appreciate your support. Alright, sorry. Uh, so this is my Minecraft world. Only reason I'm so psyched about a live stream is because I'm on PC right now. The HDMI port to my PS4 decided to break, so I got stuck with PC. Um, I've been using my PC more and more, so I kind of grew away from my PS4 anyway. I actually found out my PS4 broke after I was playing this more. So I know I usually post like Rocket League with Melvin and all that stuff, but sorry, no more Rocket League. I don't wanna play Rocket League on keyboard. Uh, I don't wanna get used to something. Like I'm gonna continue to play first-person shooters on PS4. I'm gonna continue to play Rocket League on PlayStation 4. So yeah. Um, the only reason I wanted to make a video stream for today is because I have a project that I think needs a video. I'm not much of a Minecraft guy, but if you check out one of my older videos, you'll see the Five Nights at Freddy's hide and seek maps. And when I started that, I had a vision. I had a vision that I could use redstone to make that Five Nights at Freddy's functional, and I couldn't, and I still can't. But thanks to the help of mods, I made it. Let me show you how. This is it. It's ginormous, and there's one mod, and that's a camera mod. That's the only mod required for this to fully function. I use furniture mods because there's no point in having mods in this. Like, if you consider that cheating, might as well just throw some furniture in there. Like, if you're gonna get jump scared, might as well have a nice looking desk. So, but uh, yeah, they call me Kevin Hart back in college. So I had designed this a while ago, all the way back when I was on PlayStation 4, and it was basically just a pop-up, and you can see how that is suspended in the air, and it's suspended in the air the same as that trapdoor, so that's flush with the ground, and the animatronics can pop up out of nowhere. So there's not just one animatronic going around. There's several animatronics who stay at one point but just go up and down. So, using this, it can appear that they're moving, even though they're not. Um, this combined with the cameras makes it an actually functioning game. These doors are from Biomes of Plenty. Really like that mod. I downloaded it because I wanted to play survival. Um, you get to select and unselect characters here. Uh, the only reason there's command blocks out here, I only used 6 command blocks in this whole entire map, and those are for to set the time to day. Oops. To turn off daylight cycle, and to turn me into creative. And when I turn the game on, survival, turn on daylight cycle, and set the time to night. You have to make it from like 8 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. It's different because of solar panels don't work the same as they do. Well, they don't really work at all if I don't Reddit because there's none. But the only way I could detect time is through solar panels, of course, daylight sensors, if you will. And the only way I could detect whether or not it was just like the only time I could really detect that was anywhere near 6 a.m. was 4. So 8 p.m. to 4. This is the camera monitor. So this is like a little map of the location. So the stage is here. Cafeteria is here. Employees only room. This is the bathroom. This there would be a janitor's closet over here, but I had to move it over here because of space. Janitor's closet. The kitchen would be here. The right hallway, the left hallway, and Foxy's Cove. So this is the stage. This is where all of the animatronics besides Foxy hang out. This is where Foxy hangs out. He slowly moves right there to that trapdoor. And once he's there, and he will leave eventually. Like you can't see him; he just disappears. That's when you shut the door, and he'll go back to his cove eventually. Um, he's the only one that never moves backwards. All of these animatronics have a chance to move backwards. Chica, she moves at a moderate speed and has a moderate chance of going backwards. She's like the mediator. She's like the only like she's like the average. Oh, not Foxy. Freddy moves slowly, but he most always moves forward. 5 out of 6 times actually. And Bonnie, it's like a 60. It's like a 66 and 2/3 chance that he'll move forward. So yeah, he's the fastest, but he also has a 1/3 chance of going backwards, which is it's like with other like if you look up other Five Nights at Freddy's um recreations of Minecraft Redstone, they're absolutely massive. Like they're ginormous, and like I saw a guy who made Five Nights at Freddy's too. And I think the only reason he made two is because the redstone was so big, so he was like, forget it. I'm just gonna make the second location. I can fit double the size in this area. Like, I don't know. I just got lucky, I guess, by stumbling upon across this mechanic. This also has functioning power. When you win, there's a little chime, just like in the actual game. There's a flickering light when you turn the lights off. That was a nice little touch. Here's the power. That's how the power works. This build itself is by FedEx Gaming. Like the actual build, like location. It's an amazing. He made it originally using this, but on one of his most recent videos, the Help Wanted location, or locations, if you will, he used this color scheme, which he thought looked better because when he made the first one, concrete wasn't out, so he had to use this. And I agree, this one looks much better. I got pretty far into this one, then I watched his video, and then I was like, yeah, that does look better. I don't even know why I didn't think of it. I just thought that added a different vibe to it, So, Foxy is the only one to move forward. Bunny's the one who moves backwards the most. Freddy barely moves backwards, and Chica's in the middle. So that's like the only thing you need to know about the cast. So I'll just jump into it. Alright, when you're in creative, you have to have an empty inventory besides a camera. Trust me, noises on this map aren't fun. Like, if you hear a cave noise while playing this, it's not a blast. No, I definitely wouldn't say it's a blast. Alright, and then you step on that pressure plate, which will teleport you to the right location. Now this is fun. Red, Chica, Bonnie. There you go. Look at him. Look at him. Alright. Left hallway, right hallway, Foxy's Cove, cafeteria. Ooh, somebody's gone. Bonnie's gone. Where's Bonnie? Back on main stage. If you move backwards, but you're on the first step, you go to... Oh, crap. if you're on the stage and you move backwards, you stay on the stage. But you do disappear for like a second or two. Where is Freddy? No, seriously, where did Freddy go? Freddy's second location is over there. I've been having issues with Freddy recently. Hold up. For the name of science, where is he? How is he at the third one? Huh. That's nuts. Alright, I'm gonna restart the game. Sorry about that. Alright, I did not expect that to happen. Alright, so let's do this. Let me try to make some progress on stream. That might be entertaining. Alright, so Freddy's the only one on. And game on. Alright, Freddy. Alright, Freddy's the only one on. He's the only one we have to worry about. Alright, we need to keep track of his movements. That's all we have to do. Is he gonna move backwards? Nope, he's back there. You can see him. I did make him a lot quicker. So that might have just been me getting thrown off. Because I got used to, like, a specific time, I guess. There's not really a way to make it random time in Minecraft unless you want to go, like, layers deep. Which I didn't really feel like. I thought for such a simple game like Five Nights at Freddy's, I might as well have simple redstone behind it. Five Nights at Freddy's was like the first horror game where you just sat in a room and couldn't move. So it looks like it's going smoothly now. I don't know why it did that, but if you do want to play this without having to download mods, like if you wanted to play this on PlayStation, what I would recommend doing. Oh snap, that's creepy. What I would recommend doing is actually just getting a friend, hopping into a world together with one of these built, and have him be like, have your friend walk around and try to see if he can't find any while you two are communicating. It's just an idea. But I can give you, I will have a technical time of the stream. Like, maybe the second half of the stream will be for, like, technical stuff. I didn't just wanna, yeah, you know. I wanted to keep it to a certain time so that if you didn't want to see all that, you could have skipped it. Sorry. My stream thing is weird. Alright. But, I tried making it with this simple hopper system, but not only did I discover that this one by Mumbo, like, I found this video, on Mumbo Jumbo's channel, Mumbo Jumbo's channel, about a counter. It ascended, but it didn't descend. This, for me, was a problem, because I wanted it to be able to descend. Because if it was all the time, if it wasn't all the time, then it would just be random, would he go or would he not, instead of you can lose track of him. So, what I needed to do was do the same thing he built, but instead of making it go backwards, it went all the way around into the previous location. which had to do with some timing. I'll explain it in more detail later when the redstone part comes. But now we're finally gonna play. Alright. I forgot to turn on everybody. Oh my gosh. Kinda creepy. Alright. Alright. All three of them are on stage. Just gonna keep an eye on Bonnie moved. Alright, he's in here. He's in the employee only room. Ooh, I just saw Freddy pop up in the corner of my eye. By the way, this camera mod is by Security Craft. It's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Chica is fast. Oh, she's back at main stage somehow. Did she just go back by 2? I think there's a really small chance of them going forward by 2 or back by 2. Not and or. Jeez. I'm stupid. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're so speedy. Wait. Chica. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know if you guys would agree with me when I say that that's not a good thing. She's not supposed to be up there. Fantastic. We have no problem. Yeah, and she didn't go up when, that's actually kind of a problem. Not really, but I'd like it if it weren't to be that way. Okay. Think. What happened there? Why did Chica do that? And why did Freddy do that? Is it just lag? Am I having to deal with lag now? Is that something I'm having to deal with? Ugh. I really I'm kind of frustrated, honestly. After this like my next most complicated redstone contraption is the printer I made. There's a fly on my screen. Get out of here. Is the printer. And I don't remember being this frustrated over that. To be fair, the printer didn't really have to do with artificial. I wouldn't consider this artificial intelligence. I wouldn't. Okay, well, uh, I don't know what I can do for that. I don't even know what happened. Chico was in two spots at once. Okay. I added an extra tick to this. The only reason there's only two ticks for this is because there's a block directly above Freddy's head on, because he's like all the way up front. I'll show you. And I could probably do the same for Bonnie, but yeah, just to be safe. Wait, why are they all down? It's either that she was, it's either I already fixed it, or there's cross wiring go on, which cross wiring is extremely easy to fix, but also extremely easy to find for the time being. I say that now. So that happened when she was, actually no, she was at two separate locations. Ooh, it's not very good. Sorry, I'm trying to kill this fly. I tend to just fly around when I'm confused. You know what? Let's just keep playing, and we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. We, as a collective. No, but hopefully I'll figure it out. Freddy moved. Chico, why is Chico? Okay, so Chica was supposed to be in the cafeteria, but she's not supposed to be on the main stage. And the reason that she is... This is not on. Which means... Oh, come on, caps lock. These guys will pop up. I also made it stay based. So when I set time to... Oh! Okay, alright. That is something that I can fix. But it's just... It's not me being unlucky with Chica, it's just me being really lucky with... No way! That's gay. It's always just one of them that isn't working. Oh, I also need to cover the back of these up with black concrete. That is just so that light doesn't get through. Alright. Freddy isn't even on. Where's Fred? He's in the kitchen? What? How? I'm gonna put a comparator here. I think I got it down. And Foxy is just flawless. I'm really proud of Foxy. He was so easy. The only thing that was hard to make, like his CGI took, not CGI. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. His AI was like 10 minutes. Alright, well, now I'm gonna get into the technical stuff. So if you want to make one of these for your very own, this is where you're gonna want to pay attention. I'll try my best to explain to you how everything works. I have a few like things lined up. A lot of these are like failed attempts to the counting system, like 90% of them. First of all, simple. Uh, simple. I don't know how you would say it. Animatronic bouncer upper thing. So what you want to do is eight blocks up. You're gonna want to place a trapdoor. This is where you want your animatronic to be. Break besides that top one. Break all the blocks going down. Right below the trapdoor, place a piston, a sticky piston facing upwards with the slime block on top. To the left too, you're gonna place a block with a redstone torch with a block on top, and then continue that going all the way up until you're matching up diagonally with the trapdoor. Break every other block so that if you were to place a redstone torch on top of it, it would get turned on or off. But not for that top one. You're going to instead want to go on the inside and place it there. Place an armor stand on top of that slime block. Put a redstone repeater in front of the tower at 4 ticks. Well, actually 3 ticks. A repeater in front of the piston on 3 ticks. And then in front of that last 3-tick repeater, put one on 4 ticks. That is to the sticky piston. Put redstone going to the left by 3. Put a redstone behind the repeater and then going to the left by 2. Sorry. And then an observer going into that repeater on 3 ticks on the torch side. And this is now fully functional. So now what you need is something to decide which. Here's 2 of them. Here now you need something to decide which one gets turned on when. So here's 2 of them. Now you need something to decide whether or not it's up or down. Okay. So we already have it so that if it's on, it's up, and if it's off, it's down. So now we need a system to where it chooses. So all you're going to need for this is a dropper, a sticky piston, some sort of block, repeater, a redstone. I like having redstone lamps. You don't have to though. Comparators are a very important part, and buttons for testing are very useful. You might need something else. Hold on, let me look. Oh yeah, hoppers. You know, probably the most important part. Alright, so you're going to want to place your hopper down going in like a circle motion so that if you were to place a block, it would go in a big circle. So however many ones or different locations you want is going to be the amount of blocks long it's going to be. You're going to want to throw in a random item. I'm not using my hoppers anymore. And you should see what goes around comes around. Alright, now all you need to do is place a block to the right of the first hopper. The hopper should be moving directly away from the block. Place a repeater going towards the hopper line, and then you want to place it going to the left to the last hopper on the front row. The last hopper should be facing backwards. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want a block in front of each of the hoppers in the front row with a redstone comparator coming out of these blocks. Place a redstone lamp on top of those blocks. Never mind. Jeez. Forgot. I'm dumb. You can just take comparator output just straight from the hopper. Then you put that into roll. Alright, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to place a dropper with a hopper on top, going diagonally like that. Wait, or better yet, next to the block with a repeater on top, you're going to want to place a block with a redstone on top, and repeater going into that. No, comparator going into that, and that comparator behind it, you're gonna want to put a dropper with a hopper on top. Break a block in front of that dropper. Sticky piston with a block on top with a repeater going into that block with a stone button behind it. That's just the tester. You're gonna want to put a random block into that hopper. Actually, no, that should not be redstone. That should be redstone torch. There we go. There we go. It should stop in its tracks. Wait, there's no. Actually, no. That should not be a redstone torch. That was a lie. It's deception. You're gonna want to put a random item in that dropper. Whenever you press the button, it goes forward by 1. And then it goes all the way back to the beginning. Alright, cool. Now, it's time for the fun part, where you need to fine-tune it to where if you press the back button, it goes all the way around and back. So, what you're going to want to do is put a repeater into the other side of the dropper, and you're going to want to put a button. Jeez. Sorry about that. We're gonna put a button decent ways away from the rest of the build. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a pulse extender. So for this one, we're gonna do okay. So this needs to be pretty precise, or else it's not gonna work. So you're gonna want to put. This could just be redstone, but I would put a repeater going into a block with a piston below it. And then that's getting taken by a repeater on 2 ticks, and then 2 redstone, and then, I don't really know how to explain it, but you can see that repeater on 1 tick, and that's going into a double pulse extender, which is going 2 redstone into the dropper. A different amount of redstone, pulse extenders, they're weird. It took me a lot of time, because there's a lot of fine tuning. Break the block, sticky piston, block on top, block, repeater, and then, and then press that button. Starts as oh, that's funny. It started on the 3rd one, should go to the 2nd one. Fantastic. Alright. Now, it's the only bad part about this is that if we were to just take the output from here, then obviously every single one in front of it and behind it would get powered before the last one. So, what we're going to have to do is a little bit of redstone trickery designed by yours truly. All you're going to need to do is break these lamps on top, break these 2 blocks, and then actually this row of blocks as well. Place another row of blocks on the bottom. Upside down piston. Hold on, I could be doing this better. Actually, I'm doing it wrong. There we go. Pistons right here. I don't know how to explain it, but on the top row, forward and up, so it's like diagonally. A redstone on top of the block, on top of the top block, 2 blocks in front of the pistons, and then repeaters on 4 ticks in front of the pistons. And then you're going to want purple wool attached to each piston. Whoops, I probably should have done these bottom ones first. You're just going to want repeaters on 1 tick. And then behind them, you're going to want redstone. And then on top of those, a block, like I showed. Then repeaters on 4 ticks. There we go. And then just repeaters. And then you can assign these to certain, whatever these are called, sticky piston, armor stand, pressure plate, buoyings, and now, if we want to move it forward, press that button, it'll move it forward. Press this button. Takes long, but it'll move it back. Alright, now it's time for the randomizer. So, how are we going to detect whether or not it's going to randomly go backwards or forward? We can't have 2 randomizers, because what if it's both? Well, my solution to that is a certain gate. A gate is taking more than one different outputs, like true or false, and the certain amounts or orientation of the outputs gives a certain output from the gate. Like there's AND gates, OR gates, NOR gates, there's a whole ton. So basically you want to place a dropper with a hopper going into that dropper, comparator detecting that hopper with 2 redstone in front of it, a repeater after that second redstone. You're going to want a torch on that first block next to the redstone, and then a repeater, and then 2 redstone in front of the repeater and torch. This going into a block with a torch on top, on the side, going into our piston with the block on top into the pulse extender, which determines down. Now you're going to want to put a block. Actually, I'm just going to do this. Pretend I did something smart and I didn't place it there like an idiot. And then you're going to take that repeater going off the second redstone, and then you're going to plug it into here, that first input. So now, let's say you just wanted a 50% chance of it being a move forward. For every non-stackable item so if the dropper dispenses a stackable item, it's going to move backwards. If it's non-stackable, it's going to go forwards. So swords aren't stackable, so if it dispenses that, it'll go forward. Blocks like purple wool, however, are not dispensable, so if it dispenses that, it's going to go all the way around back to the block in front. So I added a certain timer to help determine when to forget how this was made. How many blocks apart were the sticky pistons? 2. To determine when the blocks, the droppers should fire. You're going to place 2 sticky pistons 2 blocks away from each other, facing each other, 1 block above the ground, and in between the two, you're going to have on the ground 2 hoppers facing inside of each other. You're going to want to put a random block inside those hoppers. Actually, no, you're going to want multiple blocks. It's completely dependent on the timer. The amount of blocks in there changes the amount of time. I need a comparator. Where my comparators go? Yeah, there. Then out of the hoppers, you're gonna want to put a comparator. This is under the sticky piston into a block. Behind that block, going outwards, is gonna be a redstone torch. On top of that torch, it's gonna be a block, and then towards that piston on top is gonna be another torch. So it should quickly fire. Then you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Block with another comparator. Torch on the back side. Block on top of the torch. Inwards should quickly fire. And then on top of all of that, you're gonna want a block of redstone. And then to determine how much time it's gonna take, you're gonna want to set them out of a certain block. Let's just use granite. So I'm gonna make it short. So I'm gonna only put 16 blocks in there. So in reality, it's gonna, so since there's 16 in there, it's gonna take 32 blocks to, like however many times it takes 32 blocks to exit a hopper, because it has to go back and forth, not just in between. So, and then you plug that into a hopper, that's another backward. And if it goes backwards again, it'll just cycle all the way through and go back to the beginning. Backwards. Huh. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, and then you just give these certain outputs to different locations for the animatronics that pop out of it. Alright, what's next? What else should I explain? I'm gonna do the timer. The energy. So you wanna take you're gonna want to place levers for the door at like the base of the door, at the bottom of the door, so that if you were to flick it, you could place a piston directly under the block that the lever is on, so that it would dispense down a cauldron, and then you can have a comparator pick up the cauldron, so that you could lead it to the power, letting it know whether or not the door is open. So all you're gonna need for this is, it's simple. I'm not gonna rebuild it, I'm just gonna explain it. So you're gonna have a torch. Actually, it's gonna be rather hard to explain. I really don't know how to explain it. So this piston will extend down if a door is on, and then this will no, this redstone would turn on if the block is down. Okay, this redstone will turn on if the block is down. If a door is down, this redstone and repeater will turn on if a door is open. I mean closed. So this'll be down when the game is on, because I wanted you to be able to use doors and not lose power. I just thought that was silly. So you're gonna want to place two, in my case, 5 sets of hoppers, like such, and then on the each side, you're gonna want to place your hopper. I'm not hopper. Compared to going into the next, into the next, into the next. If you want a detector, you're gonna want comparators coming out of to the other side too, to the outside. But you're also gonna want a torch on top of a block, which is detecting whether or not the door is on, which will turn off all of them, but they'll still be powered if the other one has energy. So don't worry about that. Only reason I needed to add that was because if that wasn't in place, then all of them would refill after. Yeah. So it's not really that hard. You can watch FedEx Gaming did a video on it, and honestly, I can't remember what his was. I just wanted to be original, so you can go check his video out. This was a prototype that didn't end up working at all. Alright. I am clueless as to what to do next. There's not really that much else to explain. Uh, there's so much to this that is just it's just you can't define it. Like this piston will retract if the timer has run up. Like I really can't. I stutter for a good 30 or for 30 40 seconds. I even stutter while trying to explain that I'm stuttering over it. It's amazing. It's just the worst. But I think I'm gonna cut it off here actually. Yeah, I've been streaming for an hour. My brain's about to explode. I've had a headache all day. Well, thank you. Let me know if you have any suggestions as to what I should either build next, or is this like stretched? Is it stretched? Because I'm F11, so I have two windows open at once. And I don't know. But thank you. Let me know if you enjoyed it. I enjoyed filming it. And yeah.